What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to Mindful Gains. I'm Bryce. It's been a minute since I made a video, but I'm back in my YouTube bag and I'm gonna try and be as consistent as I once was. And in this video, I want to talk about identity shifting and the real reason change doesn't last for you. It won't happen until you understand this concept. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, I've seen a lot of content on this topic. Particularly from this guy named Clark Kegley, I think his last name is, but forgive me if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but he seems to have a lot of content that talks about this. And I didn't really see a lot of content from people that look like me. So I wanted to kind of tap into this because I've shifted some things about myself, and I wanted to share this with people who may be on a similar journey as myself, and share the value in understanding this concept. So, what is identity shifting? I'm just going to share what it means to me and to my journey. So, identity shifting means going from who you are, understanding, well, most of us don't even understand who we are, but it means to go from like who you are in the moment, because a lot of us operate from this conditioned just way of operating, this autopilot way of operating, and we've been doing it for years. And a lot of us aren't even aware of how we operate. Now, say you behave a certain way, but you want to shift that and start doing different things or and I'm gonna give you some examples here. I'll give you some examples from my life. I used to drink a lot. All right. And if you've seen some of my videos, I share this. Um, So I used to be a drinker, used to be an alcoholic. And in order to shift from that, I had to start living my life in the way of somebody who didn't drink. So my entire identity had to shift. I'll give you another example. I used to smoke cigarettes as well. I smoked cigarettes for like 18 years. And that's another example of I used to be a smoker. And in order to actually change my life and to have like sustainable change that didn't just last for a week or two, I had to literally like shift my identity to a non-smoker. So to go back to me trying to explain what identity shifting is, it's going from one place to another, but shifting on a very deep level. And in order to make that shift, you have to change your patterns and your behaviors and almost like your thought process, um, to be able to reach this level of sustainable change. So it's not just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna quit smoking cigarettes today." It's literally like, okay, how does a non-smoker operate? It's getting deep with it. Now, I didn't know this when I was going through these changes in my life, some years ago. I wasn't like, hey, I'm going to shift my identity and start being a non-smoker or somebody who doesn't drink. I didn't know that. But now looking back on it, I can articulate that, damn, I had to really go through um, like a really deep overhaul of myself on a very deep level. Like I had to literally start operating um, as a person who didn't do these particular things. So that's why I'm making the video. The video is to help you understand that if you want to change something about yourself, that you have to embody, you have to really become that individual on a very deep level for it to last, for it to stick, and that's not easy to do. But I think a lot of us struggle with trying to change certain things about ourselves. And then we get discouraged when we may backslide, or we get discouraged when we don't see the change sticking. And it's because we're not truly embracing the individual that we need to become for it to stick. Okay. So I know that's a lot. And I know, and I hope that that's making sense what I'm saying. But I'm gonna be vulnerable in this video and give examples from my own life. So like, I'm a dude who had to learn how to control his emotions a bit better. And I talk about this stuff in my other videos as well. Um, I'm real big on self-awareness and emotional control. So when I started working on stuff like that, when I started implementing mindfulness in my life, it allowed me to understand myself on a deeper level. This stuff is not just gonna change overnight. Um, you have to really understand yourself. You have to really become self-aware. And when I started on my journey, like I started with the quit drinking aspect of it, but I still had a temper. I still had I had low emotional intelligence. Um, I was very reactive, and it sent me on this journey of like, damn, how do I change this type of stuff? How do I start operating in a different way? And I had to do a lot of things. I started going to therapy, reading a lot of books, stuff like that, and really operating as a person who lives his life in this changed way. So what I mean is I can't just say, oh yeah, I want to change and I'm gonna start doing this tomorrow. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but you got to start implementing practices that that really perpetuate that change, that really make the change happen. So you're gonna have to start doing practices that it's like working out in the gym. If you want to change your body, you got to start doing things that are going to change your body. You got to start eating differently, sleeping differently, being consistent and being disciplined so that you can get the results that you're actually trying to get. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, even on that emotional level, when I try to start trying to change things, I had to literally like become a person who tried to control himself when he was getting angry. I didn't know how to do it at first, but I had to change how I operate. I had to become aware. I had to put the light of awareness on those patterns and on those behaviors that were messing me up, that kept tripping me up. And maybe you've experienced this in your own life. You're going through things and you're like, I don't want to operate this way, but I don't know how to operate any other way. So even acknowledging that is putting the light of awareness on that behavior that is not serving you. And you may need some help in how do I change this? And that's what I mean. When you want to change that, you got to start to become that person that you want to be. And that's the hard part. That's the difficult part of how do I become this person? Okay, you're going to have to maybe go to therapy. You're going to have to become more self-aware of yourself and learn how to catch yourself in moments of being triggered. And like I said, this shit is not easy. All right. But that's the practice of it. That's the practice of getting to that next level. It starts with becoming more self-aware. And you cannot change anything that you are not aware of. And leave me some comments if any of this is resonating with you. If there's things in your life that you try to change and you feel like you backslide, and that just, I know I'm not the only one who goes through this, but yeah, leave me some comments below and let me know if this is resonating with you. So yeah, back to, the identity shifting aspect of it. You have to shift your identity to who it is you're trying to become. It's like a mindset shift. It's more than just surface level. It's actually doing things, for example, like journaling. I'm not the best journal that ain't a word. Journaler is not a word, but somebody who journals and gets their thoughts out. But I know the benefits of it from when I have done it. So maybe that's a bad example, but like meditation. I'm big into meditation, and I've literally experienced the benefits of meditation. So when I wanted to start improving certain aspects of my life, I had to pick up certain practices like I was just talking about, and meditation was one of the most important ones. When I picked that up and I started being able to calm my mind down and not be so wrapped up in my thinking. Um, it was like I stepped out of who I was and stepped into this new version of myself, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm saying. The identity shifting is stepping out of who you were and into who you want to become, and fully embodying this. And to embody it, you got to change up some of the things that you're doing that are not working for you. That's what I'm trying to say. And I hope that it makes sense um, with me articulating it in that way. In order for you to experience lasting change in your life, you are going to have to change the patterns and those behaviors that you've been doing in order to change your reality, so to speak, in order to change your day-to-day experiences so that you can start getting those outcomes that you are actually seeking in your life. You're going to have to go deep. You have to go within, and you're going to have to truly learn how to shift your identity from who you are to who you want to become. Again, I know this is a complex topic, but if it's resonating with you, again, leave me some comments below. If it's not resonating with you, leave me some comments below. Let me know if you want me to do more content on this topic. I'm already thinking that I'm gonna make a few videos about this. And yeah, it's just good to be back. It's good to be making another video, getting my reps back in. Make sure y'all check out some more of my content. I'm sure that some of it will resonate with you. If you're into self-improvement, personal development, mindfulness, things like that, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you know when I drop more content like this. I appreciate your time, and I will see y'all in the next video. All right, peace.